Let's bring in Doug Parker, CEO of American Airlines, joining us from the company's headquarters in Fort Worth, Texas. Doug, your stock is indicating 15% higher this morning after you reported better than expected numbers for the fourth quarter. But let's not sugarcoat this. It was a rough year, worst annual loss ever for American Airlines. Give me your assessment in terms of where business stands right now.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. First off, you're right. It was definitely the most difficult year in the airline industry history for American and the entire industry. But look, I've never been prouder of a team than I am of the American Airlines team and what they accomplished in 2020. Our team was out there taking care of people, keeping this country running, keeping people moving that needed to move. We carried more customers than any other airline in the United States, and we did it safely, and we continue to do that. Because of that, we have great confidence as we move into 2021. 2021 is going to be a year of recovery, that's for certain. When exactly that recovery happens, I don't know, but we're prepared for it. We're able to withstand whatever period it may be because of all the work we've done to restore our liquidity and cash position. So, look, we enter 2021 much like we ended 2020, with people still not ready to move about like they have in the past. But that will happen. There's a vaccine out there. And as those vaccines get distributed and into arms, there will be a recovery. Again, none of us knows exactly when that'll happen, but certainly sometime in 2021.
Doug, your cash burn in the fourth quarter, $30 million a day. What are you expecting in terms of cash burn for the first quarter or even the second quarter?
It'll be similar. The first quarter is going to look a lot like the fourth quarter, we think. Demand is pretty much the same in the fourth quarter. As we started this year, as we ended last year. It ramps up as you head into the summer a bit. But again, there's not going to be real increases in demand, and therefore cash burn levels aren't going to change much. I don't think at any of our airlines until demand comes back. So first quarter we expect will look a good bit like the fourth quarter.
Some of your competitors are saying that they see some optimistic trends in terms of advanced bookings when they look into maybe the late spring, early summer. What's your sense in terms of where people, at least right now, are comfortable saying, I'm going to book this trip? Lord only knows if this pandemic is died down by the time I'm scheduled to take that trip, but I'm going to book it right now.
Yeah, Phil, first off, I should note that, people aren't booking their travel that far in advance, haven't for quite some time. So the bookings we do see, while they may be up, we got to be really careful about making sure everybody understands how small they are at this point in time, even for the summer. So yeah, we are seeing, like I say, the summer uptick a little bit but mostly I think seasonal. Certainly nothing more than that versus what we're seeing now. That where we see those bookings continue to be leisure destinations. National parks, beaches, things like that. So the business customer hasn't returned yet. We don't. Again, I don't know exactly when that'll happen. I can tell you, we survey everywhere we can. We follow search everywhere we can. We have a team of people all the time trying to monitor when we think it'll come back. But that data is, entirely dependent upon when vaccines get distributed and when people feel comfortable traveling again. I get 10 months of data telling me people are ready to travel in 6 months, 10 months straight. And it's still saying the same thing. So we're going to keep hearing that. But what I do believe is once people are comfortable, it'll come back relatively quickly. There is huge pent-up demand to travel. We hear it everywhere we go. We see it in the surveys. We hear it from our corporate customers. But no one's going to travel until there are things to do when you travel.
Sure.
And until until the vaccine's been distributed and the pandemic's been largely eradicated.
Doug, last question, because we're running up against a break here. Vaccine passport.
Sure.
Do you think that would make international travel come back even quicker when it does start to come back?
We do, and indeed we've worked really hard to put in place with Verifly just that for our customers. So it is an important part of international travel in the future, and one that I think will give customers the comfort and countries the comfort they need to open their borders again. So we think that we do believe it's important. We've worked hard to get it in place, and we're ready when once people are ready to start traveling internationally and we open up the borders again.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.